What's up, YouTube family?
All right, YouTube, we are back. So, I saw this one on TikTok too, and then I saw Matt did it, and I was like, wait, what? Let me find that. Okay, so this pastor calls his followers cheap for not buying him a watch.
Yeah, he want that bling bling.
He want that bling bling.
Every time you see me, you see that bling bling.
You know, every time I think about a pastor that wants his congregation to buy him like big ticket items, I swear I think they're a cult. Because we used to be a part of a cult.
I just think that, what, say that again? That didn't even sound right. Say that again? But at the end of the day, I think that if you want big rings and the pastor want big rings or big cars, he buys his own stuff.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Get your job and get your own stuff. And church ain't shouldn't have to fund that stuff, man.
But no,
That's
you
crazy.
remember? You remember the cult? I mean, it was a church.
What?
When the pastor wanted y'all to buy him a car?
Yeah, I remember that. Did he get a car?
No.
Okay, then.
But it was still some strange little stuff going on, man.
Yeah.
Like that was ridiculous. But we'll go into more of our pastor strange requests at the end of this one.
Every time you see that pinky ring, bling bling.
Watch
on my wrist, bling bling.
So let's get into it.
Let's get it.
One other thing I want to mention here. Interesting story. It says a pastor in Missouri rained down a fiery sermon upon his flock one Sunday this month, scolding parishioners for failing to follow God. The Reverend Carlton Funderburk condemned his congregation not because they'd sinned too much or loved God too little or done too few good deeds out in the world. Instead, Funderburk rebuked the cheap sons and daughters of the Church of the Well in Kansas City for not honoring him by buying him a luxury watch. Now, I'll play this clip for you. And I watched this clip, and I immediately thought, okay, you always have to keep in mind context. And when you see a clip and it's 30 seconds or 50 seconds, you got to go, what happened before and after that? Is there some kind of context here that would make this sound not as horrible as it sounds? Well, apparently not, because this pastor has since apologized for this clip that you're about to watch right now.
Oh, wow.
Here it is. Let's listen.
See, that's how I know you still poor, broke, busted, and disgusted, because of how you've been honoring me.
Is that right? 2 hours and 7?
I'm not worth your McDonald's money.
Yeah.
I'm not worth your Red Lobster money. I ain't worth your St. John knit. Y'all can't afford it no how.
Was it 2 minutes? I don't even know.
I ain't worth y'all Louis Vuitton. I ain't worth your Prada. I'm not worth your Gucci. Mother, I'm saying this, and I promise you, Deacon, it's not with respect of want. I'm saying it because I want you to understand just what God is saying. I even found out that Movado, you can buy a Movado watch in Sam's.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And y'all know I asked for one last year. Here it is the whole way in August. I still ain't got it. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Let me kick down the door and talk to my cheap sons and daughters.
Now, this is obviously wildly inappropriate and actually insane.
I said,
What?
He said cheap sons and daughters.
Cheap sons and daughters. Wow. Okay. All right.
It's like prosperity gospel on steroids, really. I mean, prosperity gospel, unfortunately, is very, very popular.
Not like that.
And even if the advocates of it rarely will identify themselves as such, but prosperity gospel is the idea that you deserve to be blessed with actual riches, like physical riches, if you're a holy person. That God will reward you with physical wealth and riches in this world, and that you deserve it. Now, of course, that's pretty much diametrically opposed to what Christ actually says in the Gospels, which is why it's not the actual gospel, it's the prosperity gospel. That's kind of what we're hearing here. Much more direct than what you're used to hearing. That said, you also see what a advantage it is to have a powerful preacher voice and cadence. Because you could get up there complaining that you weren't given a watch, and people in the congregation are saying, "Amen, that's right." The power of being a good public speaker. You can see what. You can see the advantages there.
Not an
If you want to
advantage.
join my...
That is not an
To
advantage.
be honest, man, I wouldn't be saying amen. I mean, I would be setting a meeting to talk to the pastor, and I would let them know that at the end of the day, if you want those things, then you may have to get you a job. You know, you can't expect the church to pay for you to have a car and do all this stuff, and you know, and then you right here, you call them cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Now you got the name calling, and what's the purpose of that?
That's not cool, man. At the end of the day, that's not cool, man. That's crazy. You know, I mean, dead wrong for that, man. You know, but you know, you got some people that get in the pulpits and they use it to their advantage, man, to get what they want.
But that's wrong. Sad. But that to me is like, I mean, I know he said prosperity gospel, but okay, so
you can preach a prosperity gospel.
You can preach that.
A lot of pastors, what they do is
guilt the members.
They sell their books.
Yeah. Everything
that goes to the for us the tithes go to the church. So if a member is lacking far as, you know, they may need a light bill paid, they help out with that. They help them out with that.
Right.
Or rent, you know, so on. So it's not to give to the pastor, he splurge and buy a big old mansion. No. Now, there's nothing wrong with giving the pastor a gift. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong, but when you taking the people money and you see him saying that I need more, I need this, you're cheap for not buying me this. Look, man, he everything he named was name brand stuff. Why you can't just wear a watch?
I don't know.
Can I just buy you a watch?
Can I just buy you
a watch? If I don't buy you a name brand watch, then what happens then? Mm-hmm. If it's not the name brand that
they're gonna call you cheap. Okay, so back to when we used to go to this church a few years ago, and that's why I did say cult earlier.
Don't say
but when our family members, they assumed that we were in a cult, and I'm like, no, this is not a cult. This is a church, you know. But again, I guess how the pastor would deliver certain sermons, or how he would want the members to buy certain things. Yeah, our family saw it as a cult, but we're like, no, again, it's a church. We're just attending service. But he asked the ministers at one point to buy him a car, a brand new car. He wanted the ministers to co-sign on this car for him to, you know, drive a nice car in.
Nah, I wasn't doing that.
Like, we got to take care of our own family, so you want us to use our credit or whatever and buy you a car.
You shouldn't even ask that.
How is that fair? But this pastor didn't have a job. He was full-time ministry.
The church was taking
but
care
then
of
again, I mean, heck, it doesn't matter how many members he had. It wasn't a big congregation, but still, you get mad and then you want to share other people's financial information in the pulpit about who's paying tithes and who's not paying tithes. That's not okay.
Yeah.
Why is it okay to do that? Yeah. So now you get angry when you don't get the car. Did God tell you to do this?
Nope, God didn't tell him to do that. That's foolishness.
But no, this watch thing, like you said, I could have gifted you with a watch or a gift certificate to somewhere else. But come on, man, that's crazy. That's insane.
I would have listened to the whole message. I would have sat there and listened to it. And that thing got dark. It got dark. Something. The screen got dark. I would listen to the whole message, right? And I'd have set a meeting up with him. And I would have told him, where's this in the word, Pastor?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to beat him down, but where's this in the word? You just preached the whole message about you. That's it.
And about how broke we are.
It was about him. It was me. I need this. Me. Mm-hmm. It's called being selfish. A whole bunch of pride. And because you up in the pulpit, that means you could beat your people up. Come on, man. Mm-hmm. He's supposed to be a shepherd, right? Can you picture a shepherd out there just beating the sheeps? Just hitting the sheeps.
Just beating them.
Just beating them.
Find them and beat them.
They ain't going nowhere. They right there. They sitting right there. Normally,
they obey.
The shepherd, you know, he'll holler at the sheep, and the sheep knows the shepherd voice, right? So, excuse me. Imagine if he's just beating the sheep. You're like, why is he out there beating the sheep?
For no reason.
You know what I'm saying? He's a shepherd. He's supposed to take care of the sheep.
Yeah.
So that's what he was doing. He's beating the sheep, and it's sad. And there's a lot more pastors out there that's like that. And I think they need to sit down.
But again, it's not every pastor that is doing that.
Because at the end of the day, you
making people look bad on the church.
Are you called to do that?
Called to do what?
Called to preach the gospel.
People? Oh, yeah.
Preach the gospel. You called to preach the gospel.
You called to preach.
If you called to preach the gospel, you ain't going to do no mess like that.
No.
That's foolishness, man. I'm glad he apologized.
But you don't know. Yeah, I'm glad he apologized.
Maybe he was
but
having a bad day, man. I haven't seen the whole video.
Maybe he was having a bad day.
Looking at the video, it said it was 2 hours. It was in 2 hours and 30 seconds.
That could include singing.
Man.
That could include singing.
2 hours and 30
Prayer.
seconds. And he got 50 more minutes to go. 3 hours. I'm not trying to put a time on how long church should be.
I don't know.
At the end of the
but
day,
I mean,
man,
maybe he took time to scold them. But like I said, he apologized.
They
But
was getting beat down for a long time. But I'm talking about, I probably went to Sam. I'll be back, Pastor. God, I'll be back. Here you go, man.
no, I
Here
just
you go,
know
wife.
from our personal experience. Yes, it did take us some years to leave that. You know, it took us still a little minute to leave the church that we were in, where the pastor asked for these, extravagant things. But we ended up leaving there because that's not what we were, wanting to get. We wasn't getting, you get the word and he preached really good messages, but at the end of the day,
You're taking my word, man.
leave me alone. That's not where God placed us, so we had to move on.
Yeah.
So wow. That really
We're
was
not gonna
insane.
drag this one.
Whatever.
Every time you see my pinky ring, bling, bling.
Like, subscribe. We'll see y'all later.